And so the default settings on the CoolCure equals a dry length to be 4 days. Some people may say that's a little bit too fast. Others say that's perfectly fine. That's probably the fastest you want to dry at. What length of dry is too fast, and what are the downsides for a fast dry?
Okay, so let's start with what's the definition of dry, and what have people been using as a unit of measure for dry? They typically were probably looking at stem snapping, which is a pretty arbitrary thing, or moisture content. And when you're looking at moisture content, well, that's not representative of bound and unbound water, which is expressed by way of water activity. So when we say the flower is dry, we're talking about achieving a water activity of 0.6, which means it's now shelf stable, that you've removed all the unbound water. Now, at that point, is someone going to consider it dry? We like to see 4 more days of cure on it, even though the water activity is no longer going to change. So, but what can happen is if you dry something too quickly, and this is doable, if you put that flower in a very low dew point space, very low vapor pressure space, you can do what's called case hardening. And this also applies to the food industry, that the outer water leaves very quickly, and that causes a case hardening, and you trap water inside. The inside water can't get out because you've sort of created a casing on the outside. And that happens in charcuterie. If you're drying a salami and you dry the casing on the outside too quickly, the moisture in the center of that meat can't get out anymore. You've case hardened it. And what you will wind up with is rancid meat, because your water activity in the center is still too high, and microbes and all kinds of other nasties can breed in there because there's still free available water. So the mechanics probably apply perfectly well to a flour that you remove the water out of too fast.
This clip is brought to you by AC Infinity. Use discount code MrGrow at 15 to save on any of their products.